So if you go into this situation, particularly in San Francisco, where we have a great history here of liberal politics, really it's a history of radical politics that got watered down into liberal politics. Then when everybody started to join into it, it becomes liberal politics. They think it's because they're in a place serving people that all of a sudden they're radical, which is actually not true, right? And just because you're educated and you come into a space that has been undereducated doesn't necessarily make your presence one of radicalism. Okay? Because your presence as an educated person is specifically there to program folks in the same type of inactivity that you were participating in while you were there, not doing things from a radical perspective. Right? So you get up with a crazy situation where we have all these folks going in saying, I'm going to make change based on the way the system has said that I need to make change. But that's not significant change. What it is it might be a particular form of progress that leads students into a state of assimilation, which then leaves some of their comrades behind, thus perpetuate the problem. Right? So we end up with this weird thing. I know folks who look at it like, well, okay, yeah, duh, we know this. But that's just like a dope deal in the corner that tells you about the white man system. Now, I know you know. I ain't talking to you like you don't know. I'm talking to you like it's time for us to think differently and do it differently. And I know you ask me, what does that mean? A lot of people tell me that, what does that mean? Okay. So let me make it simple, because I ain't got a lot of time. And there's a lot of things I can talk about up here. You can tell I'm a secretary, I talk a lot, right? I can talk about a lot of stuff. But let's get back to the basics of it, really simple. This idea of social justice, when I go around this beautiful city, and folks are talking social justice. We got a lot of people for social justice, for such an unjust social system, right? That's kind of social justice, right? Everybody can go to school for social justice. I had a parent come in the other day who she ain't here, so respect you more. I had a parent come in the other day, and she said, you know, I had a pair of my staff members playing the conference shows. I had a pair of brass knuckles on my desk. Okay, they're not mine. Okay, but I had a pair of brass knuckles. And so the parent come in, she's like, she's coming in for our schools, you know, she's trying to bring her kid here for the first time. And she says, what's that? I said, oh man, I gotta suspend the kid for this, they just have to be on my desk. Right? And by I mean we, you know, at the school, you know, it's we have to suspend it. Right? So she goes, well, why you want to suspend it? I said, because you got brass knuckles. And she said, did you use them? I said, no, he just fell out of his pocket. Well, if it fell out of his pocket, how you gonna suspend him? You don't know what his situation is. He might need those for protection out in the community. This ain't no school for social justice. I ain't calling this no school for social justice. It's not justice. You just go suspend it without any warning. I thought that was crazy. I'm sitting across from this woman, and I'm like, is you crazy? You think you can drop some brass knuckles at the A's game? Or at the Giants game? Have a security guard or the sheriff just looking at you? Oh, they probably keep those looking at you. Right? You think you can walk into a medical tent at a state or federal building? And this young chocolate brother, the cops is gonna look at you like, oh man, you probably need those for the movie. Perhaps even killed, but you expect me to allow it on my campus. Alright? Now her perspective was reasonable within a particular context. Okay? And my staff and I were having these discussions when I first got here about this idea that our students are victims. They're victims. And what they need is healing. And if for some strange reason, a cat from Stanford that had never been here could drive in and determine what that healing is supposed to look like. I always thought that was crazy. It's condescending, and dare I say, this is a term people don't like to use no more. It's pretty damn racist. And let me explain it. People of color, poor people, did not just start getting standards in their life once some educated folks came into their schools. We didn't come to this spot. We didn't get to where we are now, struggling people, by not having boundaries, a new idea of discipline standards and washing your ass to people of color. Okay? That's old. We've been doing it. But what is interesting is this idea that the healing can occur through a context of social justice by letting kids and their families slip in a way that no one else but our school would allow them to slip on. Now understand what I'm saying here. I ain't saying you just gotta punish people. Okay? I'm saying there needs to be a respect for the communities with which you work. And if you come in with a condescending superhero attitude, that ain't respect. You can't save me. All you can do is join me in the process in which I save myself. Social justice means, well, there's so many definitions of something, that means it means nothing. Okay, I understand what I'm saying. I walk in, my boy Dave, Dave, where you at, bro? What's up, Dave? A black man to me, or an African man to me, means something. My dad taught me that. My mama taught me that. People say, well, there's all different types of black masculinity. True. I agree. But if you at least can't define what it is, can you define what it ain't, please? Can we define what social justice isn't at our school at the start? Can you understand that social justice is not allowing children to be disrespectful to each other and you in front of other children and not have a consequence? That ain't social justice. Do you understand that social justice is not you standing in front of the classroom full of people looking like a coward because you want to be so-called empathetic, which is actually sympathetic because you don't respect human being enough to know what is right, what's the difference between right and wrong? We have to understand that we're working with students and we're chilling with them. We're in a classroom where we are responsible for their safety. Not just emotional safety, but literally physical safety. And if we have a consciousness that says, I will allow the student to do things that they're not allowed to do anywhere else that are damaging to human beings, then you are jeopardizing the safety of everyone in that room. Everyone in that school. And most students, no matter what background they have, most students got sense. Just because we do trauma, don't mean we don't know right and wrong. That traumatized don't mean you don't know right and wrong. Traumatized means something wrong happened to you. It don't mean that we don't know the difference. So while we are having these particular political views, it is all about what we do that gives us respect as educators and produces the results we want. So in a highly politicized environment like San Francisco, if we get our kicks and our self-esteem over what we say, while we do what doesn't make sense, we become hypocrites, and thus our movement becomes hypocritical and then not trustworthy. Thus we cannot have the community join the solidarity with us. Okay? So, it's really, I know I don't have PowerPoint, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, the follow what I'm saying, but PowerPoint is distracting, it's like, it's like it's a pedagogical decision I made, not had that, because, when the pimps and the dealers talk to my students, they don't need PowerPoints. You feel me? So, I don't want to become too, and ain't nothing wrong with PowerPoint, by the way, usually it's good, but that's just my thing, I come into work with this weird, crazy ideology. It's me versus my enemy. Look, man, just because you're black don't make you my partner. Just because you're an educator don't mean you're on the team. Just because you espouse theories of social justice don't mean you actually down for liberation. Because the two ain't the same. Right? So these ethics of how you must conduct yourself and what we have to be thinking about are incredibly important to help define what our movement is, define what our actual set of ethics are in opposition to those out on the street, those in the halls of the state buildings, those who are our enemies, have a very clear definition of who they are and what they do. If we keep being willy-nilly about what we are and what we do, we're going to lose the allegiance of our students and families. So that's why I want to be crystal clear that what social justice is not allowing people to harm themselves cussing each other out in the hallway, talking about bitches and hoes and nigga this and nigga that. And teachers like, oh, yeah, these kids. No, man. You are allowing an unsafe, unproductive, negative environment to occur in your school. Don't come to me and talk about your curriculum on social movement when you allow discussion in the hallway and in your classroom. It don't matter. Right? I'm not saying I see this everywhere. I just see it too many spots. Okay? If I come into a space and my people are disrespecting each other, that means that you expect my people to be disrespectful. Whoa. And I ain't from that. So I automatically gonna lose respect for you, and you call yourself a comrade of mine? You ain't no comrade of mine. Look, man, what they learn in your classroom, they gonna forget by their second year of college. How you train them to be becomes ingrained in the development process of their adolescence. So if you're talking to them about what they say, what they do, let me talk to you about what just happened. Matt, my staff know, when I suspend the students, it's a 25-minute process at least. Let's talk about what you did. Inform me why you made that decision. Don't tell me you don't know that silly. I can't believe